Afrofuturism focuses on the future of Mexican American culture here in the United States. Through the power of art, we get to see the utopic or dystopic views of Chicano or Chicana people that question their own future based on present events.
It didn't just happen overnight. It's been growing like a seed, and it's been nurtured by all the activists and all the artists that have been contributing to la causa, to el movimiento, and then to the education.
It's important to me to use the materials. I use a lot of recycled materials. I try to limit myself. I think that pushes me a little bit more creative to use whatever I have just to figure out how to make it work. I did use a lot of mixed media materials. I use a lot of mechanical elements, electronics. I do use a little bit of coding in some of my sculptures.
So I was like, well, I want to learn more. So I started doing more research, and I wanted to build a new world of what if. And especially when you start thinking about like multiverse theory, it's like, well, if you can think about this concept of where this timeline could have diverged, then theoretically that world actually does exist, you know. And so I really loved building this world of as technonauts and mathematicians and olmecochemists and sapotechnical engineers and now artists and in computer scientists and completing and growing this universe. It's like I want to involve all indigenous tribes into creating this world of the Western Hemisphere of positivity, of like, this is who we are, this is our potential.
Chicano artists from the 60s, they were talking about being the La Raza Cósmica, and they were there was some serious research into indigenous spiritual practices, and it revealed itself in their works, and we've been talking about it since then and before. And so those mentors that have been giving back, like Tlisza being your mentor and professor, Jose Esquivel, and I'm sure that you all have mentors as well. You just got to reach back and remember and touch base with them. But that's another aspect of Chicano futurism, which is the intergenerationality of it.
We have a history that just doesn't start from slavery. Like, we tend to learn throughout school years. They don't teach a lot of like the positive histories. And I think this is a great chance, an opportunity to show young kids and people who are growing up in school now that we do come from greatness. And I think that if they know that they have greatness in their history, they have a chance.
I wanted to integrate all of my aspects and not have any kind of denial of it. So the closest thing that I came to was a tlamatimini or a mictlamatimini, which was the Mexica term and the concept of the philosopher artist, someone who was within the community that literally placed mirrors in front of the person in order for the person to see themselves. So my material, my medium is ground up mirrors or ground up stars. It's glitter. So I conceptually use glitter as a reflection of ourselves. And also in terms of identity, it's in unity that we have an identity.
Our communities carry that. They carry it forward, and they carry it, and it's often transmitted through the most humble people. So my futurism is directly connected to those very individuals. They're the ones who are the transmitters of the culture. A paletero is a transmitter of culture from the past, and they are the nave espacial into the future. So that isn't really a cart to me. It is more like, you know, when we talk about spaceships, we imagine these sort of futuristic spaceships, but I see that vehicle navigating the streets. And for me, it's actually kind of like a vessel from the past in a journey, a continuity in the present, and it is our future as well.
I picked this piece specifically because her character, which she calls Das, goes into a pod and goes into space and tries to figure out a certain question in her mind of like, who is she? Where does she come from? Not just here on this earth, but what if we are from another planet, in a sense? You have to see them in person to not only get the sense of what it means, but to feel it.